So Experiments in Cinema is a festival that's now celebrating its 14th year. It's a Basement Films activity. That is, Basement Films is a nonprofit that I run in the community. We've been around since 1991. And about 14 years ago, two things happened. One was we saw fewer and fewer experimental filmmakers touring, and that was so much of our sort of public face, Basement Films. And also, Governor Richardson, the governor at the time, was actively bringing Hollywood back to New Mexico with tax incentives and such, and that continues to this day. And then, because we saw a lot more people thinking about cinema, we thought, well, how can we reinvigorate our audience? And having traveled to many festivals around the world, I thought maybe we could do our own and put New Mexico on the map. This year, we don't have an official focus, but what I've done is invited 5 festival directors from around the world, from Switzerland, from Canada, from the US, a couple other places, who will be coming in and doing unique curated programs of work from their festival. So a few years ago, I thought it might be interesting for students to learn a little bit about film festivals, developing a class where they might get an insight into how a film festival operates. So I proposed that course to the chair, and he thought it would be a great idea. So every spring when our festival happens, I do a course, and students both learn about the history of film festivals and grant writing and the judging process and all, but they also volunteer for the festival. And one of the opportunities that I give students is they make the short intro videos for each of our programs that thanks the sponsors, and it tells audiences what films they're about to see in that particular program. And I've had some wonderful, wild and woolly solutions to that, and in some ways it's an opportunity for students to make a short video that maybe they wouldn't have an opportunity to make in a different class. So this year, Experiments in Cinema, version 14.2 we're calling it, is happening April 16th to the 20th. And we usually running like mid-afternoon to about 10 o'clock at night at the Guild. We used to call the festival an event that celebrates cinematic experimentation. But that word experimental cinema, for some people, I think is a little bit daunting and maybe a little bit too far outside of their experience watching movies. So a friend of mine, Richard Asheron, who runs the Alchemy Film Festival in Scotland, the term that he uses is artists' films. And I think that just might put people a little bit more at ease. But these are the poets of the film world. And all of the films that we're screening have never been shown in New Mexico before. Right, we're showing films from around the world, but we have this regional youth program, New Mexico Films, and I think this year we've got 4 or 5 adults, artists from New Mexico, whose work we'll also be including in the festival. So it's a lot of fun, might be a little bit challenging, but hey, come on out.